What if you never had to face FOMO again? Today's video, post, whatever, however you're engaging with it, today's podcast episode is a guide to being proud of your choices. I was on a camping trip with some friends a few weeks ago. One of my favorite people in the world and I drove down the hill into service range to text our location to our other friend, and my friend opened up to me on the way. Without going into too much detail, here's what he was struggling with. He'd been stuck in indecision for a few weeks because his girlfriend wanted to move their relationship forward and move in together, but he still wanted to travel and experience the world, and she didn't want to do that in the same way. Now, I have lived both of those paths at different times, and they were both incredible. Here's how they shook out. In my 20s, there was nothing I loved more than the feeling of just landing in a foreign country with no plan. I was addicted to the freedom. It was the most incredible feeling in the world to me to just land on the plane, grab my bags, get into the hotel, wake up, and realize that I had unlimited potential in front of me. And then it stopped bringing the same returns, and I needed to make my life about something else. Now that I'm in my early 30s, I'm in a deeply committed relationship with a woman I admire, respect, and absolutely adore. And I'm the happiest I've ever been. That's what I told him. Both of those were amazing paths, and I'm grateful I've done both. I'd do both over again in a heartbeat, but I couldn't have done them both at the same time. I said no to relationships and a career in my 20s so that I could travel alone. Now that I'm in my 30s, I'm letting go of traveling alone so I can have a fulfilling relationship and career. One had to die so I could have the other. And I see this with young people a lot. Because of social media, every choice we're not making looks incredible. We get FOMO, thinking nonsense like, man, if only I were in Paris. I'd be eating better food all the time. I'd be living a glamorous lifestyle. I would have an exotic lover who would never annoy me like my current one does. And let me tell you, as someone who's been to 30 countries, it's nonsense. You eventually get tired of the food. You end up living similarly to how you do now, but you happen to be in Europe. And the lover drives you nuts because all people, including you and me, are annoying sometimes. Trust me, I've been there. Since that conversation, my friend has made his choice. And I'm proud of him because he's the kind of person who's absolutely going to crush the path he chose. But there are so many people I know who just sit in indecision for months or years, just completely unable to choose. And the sad part is they don't get the benefits of either path because they spread themselves angry that they can't have both things and just sit there in indecision, trying to do both and not doing justice to either thing. The hard truth is that we can't live two lives at once. We can't be free-living vagabonds and experience blissful domestic love. We can't live free in hippie communes and have awesome, fulfilling careers and cool historic homes in the city. Every yes is a no. That's the unfortunate math of being alive. Every person you date means you aren't dating hundreds of millions of other eligible people. Every job you take means you aren't doing thousands of other jobs. Every skill you learn means you aren't learning other things. We forget this fact all the time and try to do two opposing things at once, and we end up doing them badly. And I'm speaking to myself as much as anyone here. I've been guilty of this so many times in my life. When we try to keep every door cracked open just in case and live 10 different lives, we're only setting ourselves up for misery. There's nothing more dangerous in a relationship, a career, or a family dynamic than someone who wishes they were somewhere else. That's how you slowly destroy lives, and that's how you incrementally drive someone insane. Trust me, I'm speaking from experience. The best times in my life have been the times I was all in, and nothing else even comes close. The worst times in my life, for myself and those I love and have loved, have been the times that I really wanted to be somewhere else. Sylvia Plath has an amazing poem about this called The Fig Tree. And I'm going to go ahead and read it in its entirety because this is my video and you're watching it and I can do whatever I want. I saw my life branching out before me like the green fig tree in the story. From the tip of every branch, like a fat purple fig, a wonderful future beckoned and winked. One fig was a husband and a happy home and children, and another fig was a famous poet, and another fig was a brilliant professor, and another fig was an amazing editor, and another fig was Europe and Africa and South America, and another fig was Constantine and Socrates and Attila and a pack of other lovers with strange names and offbeat professions, and another fig was an Olympic lady crew champion, and beyond and above these figs were many more figs I couldn't quite make out. I saw myself sitting in the crotch of this fig tree starving to death just because I couldn't make up my mind which of the figs I would choose. I wanted each and every one of them, but choosing one meant losing all the rest. And as I sat there, unable to decide, the figs began to wrinkle and go black, and one by one they plopped to the ground at my feet. That's from Sylvia Plath in The Bell Jar. The only way to overcome this madness and to fully get the benefits of a choice is to embrace what I call pride in missing out. Instead of FOMO, you have PIMO. And letting go of FOMO means flipping the script. Instead of fearing what you're missing, you take pride in what you're choosing. Instead of resenting trade-offs, you recognize them as proof that you're living deliberately. That's pride in missing out, and it's very, very hard to do, and I'm very new to it, and I can only say that the little I've done so far has felt amazing. But it's important to remember, anything you want to do well in life comes at the steep price of all the other things you want to do. So choose wisely and fall hard.